Tesla paring back earlier gains, coming off its best day since the election. The EV maker still off its highs, though, down over 30% so far this year. Shares are actually lower right now to begin today's trading activity, down by about 1% in early innings. Still, ARK Invest's Cathie Wood sees further upside from here. Wood saying in an interview on Bloomberg TV the stock will hit $2,600 in 5 years, with 90% of the growth coming from, get this, robo-taxis. And if you think further into how they've been evaluating the robo-taxi TAM, that total addressable market, and how Tesla compares to some of the others out there, specifically Waymo, according to their research, Waymo's commercial robotaxi service is logging about 200,000 miles per day. Impressive metric, they say, given its small fleet size. All that said, though, they still believe that it's going to prove, their words, inferior to Tesla's full self-driving service, which even before the planned launch of its robotaxi service in June is logging about 10 million miles per day across a myriad of real-world conditions, as they have kind of modeled and published, I should say.
I think it's important to note that later in this interview with Cathie Wood, she did talk about her investment thesis overall and that younger people who can afford it should take more risk because this is a risky call. Having said that, historically, Tesla stock does tend to go up. You can see right now shares reversing their earlier gains, perhaps off the back of news that the company's sales in Europe plunged another 40% here. She did say that if you look at metrics like range and power for a given price, Tesla is extremely competitive, if not the most competitive, depending on the model. She said Tesla and BYD are both in the lead from an EV point of view alone. If you layer in robotaxi, of course, BYD is not seizing the moment there. So throwing a little bit of cold water on the idea of BYD as the big competitor to Tesla here. And also just talking about the fact that she sees, to your point, Brad, the robotaxis accounting for 90% of the company's value moving forward. What I'm excited to get clarity on is whether or not any damage to the brand can be withstood by the existence of those robotaxis.
Yeah.